Welcome and thank you for always joining our discussions. We are still going through quadratic graphs. KCSE 1997 paper 1 question number 20. Question says draw the graph of y is equal to 6 plus x minus x squared, taking the integral values of x in -4 up to 5, that is. And as always, remember quadratic graphs are U-shaped. That means this particular curve is going to turn at a point. And I always begin by showing the point at which the curve is going to turn. We have been given the curve of the function y is equals to 6 plus x minus x squared. We can either reorganize or just use it the way it is. And we know at the turning point of a curve, the differential function of that curve will always be equal to 0. So we can differentiate this function. We differentiate x, you get 1. You differentiate minus x squared, you get minus 2. And this one is going to be equal to 0. That is our dy over dx. From here now we know if you move minus 2x to the other side, we are going to have positive 2x being equal to 1. Then x is going to be equal to 0.5. Having gotten the value of x, we can now get the value of y by using this equation. We are going to have 6 plus x, which is 0.5, minus x squared, which is 0.5 squared, and this one is going to give us positive 6.25 as the y coordinate, and therefore the point we are looking for, that is the point of intersection, the turning point will be 0.5 and positive 6.25. Those points are going to be plotted once we start. However, we have a table having the values of x and y. The value of x is between -4 and +5. So we begin with -4, -3, -2, -1, 0. Then before we go to 1, let us include our turning point at 0.5 and 6.25. Then we have 1, 2. We are going to have 3, 4, 5, and lastly 6. From there now we are good to get the values of y. When x is -4, the value of y is going to be -14. When x is -3, you take it back to this function here, you get -6. When x is -2, y is 0. When x is -1, y is 4. When it is 0, it is +6. When it is 1, it is +6. When it is 2, it is +4. When it is 3, is 0. When it is 4, it is -6. When it is 5, it is when it is 5, it is -14. Remember, we do not have 6, and therefore we can ignore the 6. So we are going to have 5 here and -14 at this point, and that marks the range that we are going to use here. From there now we can go and plot our graph. And for us to plot our graph, we are going to use a scale of 2 centimeters. That is 1 centimeter to represent 2 units on the y-axis. So assuming this is our center here, we will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is okay. Assuming this is our 0, we shall be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our x-axis, and on our y-axis we are going to have, along the x-axis on the left, we are going to have -1, 2, -3, -4. Then we are going to have 2, 4, 6, 8. This one is not going to work for the y-axis because the highest value we have is 14 negative, and therefore we might be forced to raise our x values a bit higher because this one is going to be inverted. So allow me to begin from this particular point here. Allow me to begin from here so that we have our origin at this point. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have -1, -2, -3, -4. Going up, we are going to have 2, 4, 6. Going down, we are going to have -2, -4, -6, -8, then -10, -12, and -14, so that we have all our points captured. Having gotten now our scale correctly, we go and start our plotting. When x is -4, y is -14 at this point here. When the value of x is -3, y is -6, -3, -6 is here. When the value of x is -2, it is 0 at this point here. When the value of x is -1, it is +4, and when it is 0, it is +6. When it is 0.5, 0.5 is around this point here, and therefore this one is going to be a bit high. We did not capture that point, so our point is going to be somewhere here. That is our turning point. And of course, when it is 1, when x is 1, y is going to be +6. When x is 2, we are going to have +4. X is 2, we are going to have +4. When x is 3, it is 0. When it is +4, it is -6 here. And when it is +5, it is -14 down here. Once we have done that, now we can join all these points the way they have been plotted. We join all our points this way. We are going to join our points like this. Now we have our curve drawn, and after drawing our curve, I have always said it's good that we label our curve as y being equal to 6 plus x minus x squared, because you cannot be able to score if you have not named your curve. Having done the drawing of the curve, we can now move and answer part B of the question. From your graph, find the values of x which satisfy the simultaneous equations. Remember, we have another line here. We are going to have a table, having the values of x and y. Remember, we can assume the values of x that are within our table. If x is 0, then the value of y here is going to be 2. And when the value of x is 2, you substitute it here, y is going to be -2. Those 2 points are enough for us to draw that line. In this case, we can come and represent our line on this particular curve. When the value of x is 0 at this point, y is +2, and when the value of x is +2 here, the value of y is -2. Having done that, now we can join these points. We can join the points that we have plotted. After doing that, we can come and name our curve here. Y is equals to 2 minus 2x. And from there now we can be able to give the solutions. Remember, the solutions of the 2 is where the 2, that is the curve and the line, intersect. But we are going to move and read the values on the x axis. That is how we do this. And in this case now, the values of x are going to be equal to, x will be -1, as you can see from this particular point here, and also x is going to be equal to +4. And by so doing, you have found the values of x which satisfy the two simultaneous equations. Once we have done that, now we can go to the last point. And the last point is where we are supposed to write down and simplify. And we write down and simplify a quadratic equation which is satisfied by the values of x where the two graphs intersect. Remember, at this point of intersection here, the curve and the line are equal, and therefore we are going to equate the two. That is, we are going to take 6 plus x minus x squared and equate it to minus 2x. From here, if we bring all this to the other side, we are going to have to begin with minus x squared plus x plus 6, then minus 2 plus 2x, and this one is going to be equal to 0. So what we have done is to take 2 minus 2x to this other side, and of course now we are going to have minus x squared, x and 2x will give us +3x. Then we are going to have 6 minus 2, you get +4. If you divide all through by -1, x squared, we are going to have x squared, positive minus will be minus 3x, then positive minus will be minus 4, and this one will be equal to 0. And this is a simplified equation or a quadratic equation for the two functions where they intersect. Thank you for watching and welcome to our discussions. And in case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two. You click the subscribe button so that anytime we publish a video like this, you will automatically be given a notification. Thank you and welcome.